Hey, sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to the live post-game show after Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Really exciting game. As always, I'm joined by Dave DuFour, and we have a special guest coming up only in a couple minutes, but I quickly just want to connect with you, Dave, and sort of get your first impressions on what happened in this game, what you thought.
LeBron was amazing. Steph Curry was fantastic, and made one of the most boneheaded plays in NBA Finals history. That's kind of the story right there, right?
Yeah, I didn't even tweet out the video because I just couldn't fathom what was going on. But yes, clearly he thought that they were up, dribbling the ball out, and he cost them other ways as well earlier in the game too on some stuff. So really interesting dynamic here and how that game played out. It's not. I don't know if anyone thinks it's going to be a 4-game series anymore based on what we saw tonight.
Well, if the Warriors are going to continue to play as sloppy as they did in the first half, and, you know, we didn't see the normal Warriors third quarter. We saw bits and pieces of it, but the Cavs were able to withstand going for 50. Not a surprise to me. I kind of expected this sort of performance from him. He's been amazing all playoffs. He's averaged 34 points a game coming into tonight. But Steph Curry took 2 shots in the third quarter. And this is not the Warriors' recipe for success. All of their great offense in the playoffs have come through Steph Curry, especially if you look at the Houston series, which is really the only kind of tough test they've had so far. So for them to just go away from that, I thought it was not a good idea. And, you know, KD, once again, just doesn't quite look like with what they're trying to do.
Right. Well, I agree with all those things. And you know what? Let's bring in a third person to talk more about what's happening. And this is really exciting because we have an NBA player who's going to join us, Rod Strickland, who's played across the Spurs, and he played for the Wizards, among other places, and also for DePaul down the street from where I grew up, and really excited. So let's bring on Rod Strickland here to the program here. I hope we can all hear you and see you. But thanks for coming on the show, Rod. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me. Appreciate that.
Cool. Well, listen, let's get into it. What were your initial thoughts of Game 1?
It was a great game. LeBron, like Dave said, was amazing. I think he pretty much controlled the tempo of the game throughout. You know, we talk about Golden State being a little sloppy. I don't really think they were being sloppy. I think LeBron just controlled the tempo. You know, they didn't take quick shots in the beginning. They ran their offense. They drove the ball to the basket. So it was different from the Houston series where it was just back and forth, three-point shooting, and that allowed Golden State to get out in transition and make some easy baskets and get some good three-point looks. Well, LeBron controlled the tempo, and so that slowed the game down. They took good shots, and Golden State wasn't able to get any transition points.
Well, let me ask you this: you're a former point guard in the NBA. How would you have been able to adjust playing on LeBron's team the way you played? Would you fit in well there? Do you think?
Well, I mean, you know, I'm biased, but I think I could fit in anywhere. You know, but LeBron is the guy who likes to have the ball in his hands. So I would have had to learn to spot up and hit some spot up shots, which, you know, that's just getting in the gym. But, you know, I think I could play with anybody and on any team just because I know how to play basketball, so I know how to fit in. You know, I know how to run an offense, know how to run a system, so I would be comfortable with playing with LeBron. And I think he would be comfortable with me. I think I would make life easier for him, and obviously he's making life easier for everyone else.
For sure. So what did you make of that ending with the J.R. Smith sort of, I don't know, did you see that where he got the rebound and it was a tie game and didn't put the ball back up when he had a chance?
Yeah, that was interesting. But, you know, obviously he thought they was up. He thought they were up a point, and, you know, mistakes happen. That was a crucial mistake. I think I heard Mark Jackson talking about it. Derek Harper had a situation like that back in the day with the Dallas Mavericks. You know, I've been in a situation, you know, end the game, bonehead pass. So it happens. You know, the timing is bad, but obviously he thought they were up one. You know, for his sake, you wish they could have pulled it out because now, you know, obviously with them taking the L, it looks different. But it was a crucial play, and it could change the momentum of the whole series. You know, because Cleveland wins this game, game one, everything is different and it looks different. And now, Golden State gets that win, momentum into the second game. Cleveland coming off a game where they thought they had a chance to win it, kind of get deflated a little bit. So we got to